Hey yo, what's the deal? You know who it is. It's the Don Cheer. Tony Teflon. House Teflon. We pull the strings. Cheer. What is the deal, my people? And I'm back at you once again in another episode. This is going to be a quick question and answer episode because I really don't have time right now to do a full thing. I have a lot of things already written and ready to go, so don't worry. This is just a midweek thing. So on this midweek thing, we're going to go and I'm going to answer some questions. I got a lot of them. I'm going to try to answer the ones. I'm just going to go right down the list. I have not looked at them. I have not briefed them. I have not prepared answers. So this is going to be a totally thing. But question and answer. We need something better that sounds better than question and answer or mailbag. Or I got to think of a name for that. Or something that's much better. But while I think of a name for that, right now we're going to go right into it. So let me pull up my YouTube page. All right. And we're going to answer these questions. I'm going to take it right from the top. This is from K-Leaf Red Rock. Red Rock. These questions are very long. And this is from a question was asked on my Jamie's Fever Dream video. To give you a little context. Alright, it says, also I had a question. I know that you are adamant about Jon Snow and he is Azor Ahai, and I agree with it. However, I think his real claim to fame is that he is the prince that was promised. I think that Azor Ahai is more than one person, and I believe that they are meant to bring fairness into the realm. Each Azor Ahai is a champion marked by the law and advised by a red priest. These red priests are Mels, who is Jon, Mokoro, is champions Victorian Greyjoy, and finally Thoros, who already had a champion in Beric Dondarrion, who is champion we will see very soon be Jaime. But the champions are marked. Jon Snow, Burnt Hand, Victorian's Poison, and Burnt Hand, Jaime's Golden Hand. They are all reborn in some way involving a red priest, who I think there is to revolve them anytime they die. Do you think this is possible or a crackpot theory? I I think it's possible. I wouldn't say it's crackpot because it's definitely you could put a basis to all of it. So yeah, it's possible. Do I think it is? No, I don't. I think that the prince that is promised is Azor Ahai because when Mel says it, when Jon is repeating what Mel says in his chapter, he goes and he's acting like he doesn't believe what she's saying. He says to her, she goes, you know, you told me this, you told me that, you told me about a prince that was promised that would be reborn amid smoke and salt. So by her saying it, she combined the two. So I think that both of them are the same thing. As for Victorian Greyjoy being down with Mokoro, I think Mokoro has no intention of being down with him. I think Mokoro is there just to play him. I think when Mokoro says to him, "I see your uh, your future and it's bright and stuff like that." When he says that, I think it's kind of like if you watch Vikings, when that one guy before he got blood eagled, he went to the priest and the priest said, "Yes, I see your future as the eagle. I see the eagle as your future." And the guy was like, "Yeah, the eagle. I'm gonna fly." But he didn't realize that was really meant to be the blood eagle that he got. So I think Mokoro is more like that. All right. Next is I'm sorry if I do not pronounce these right. I'm from Queens. Is Yarai B. I think she is new. I think it's a new subscriber, so thank you for coming on. It's Yajaira B. Sorry. So you think Jon's going to stab Danny with the sword? So you feel they will meet? Yes, I do think Jon does kill Danny to get the sword, and I think obviously if that happens, they do have to meet. I'll go into how they meet, I guess, in the next video because that next thing is probably gonna end like that. So next one is this is the same person from the first one who cried on Jamie's Fever Dream again. I really like this. My thoughts exactly. That definitely Jamie is the Valancourt. I don't think that Jamie's a Valancourt. I think says the Valancourt will strangle you, put his hands. And I think he only has one hand. So I think that is why I still gotta go with Stannis Baratheon as the Valancourt, me personally. Uh, da, 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 da. Let's see. Next. Would you please do a video on Valyrian steel swords and their significance? Yes, I will do something for you on that. No problem. Uh, Jova, I can't. Lola one. I can't say it. Jovanaloa. I'm so sorry, Don. What do you think about the Clegane Bowl and will a hound join the faith of the warriors? As I said before, I think it will be them. I think that the vision that you see is of the mountain. I think it's going to take him and Jamie. I think that the hound and Jamie will have to team up to defeat the mountain. And I think that will happen. So the Clegane Bone is alive, but I just don't think it'll be one-on-one. Peter T. A long shot, but maybe Viserys or Aegon is Rhaegar's son Targaryen. I think they're trying to say that Aegon is Rhaegar's son, but I don't believe he is. But Viserys is his brother. I don't see them saying this whole thing and all of a sudden him being his son. I don't see how that would be possible. Anything? Kevin Wilson, very long one. I'm not going to go through it all. All right, great video on great views on all your videos. Thought I might not agree on everything, though I might not agree on everything, which is fine. I don't expect everyone to agree on it. It's like I said, 95% of it. As long as you put a comment on there that you don't disagree in a respectful way, then it's all good. We just keep it going, you know. One thing that keeps recycling through my head is Mance sparring with Jon, and why did he use a two-handed sword to such good efficiency? The glamour that Mel gave him gives him strength, so that's why he's able to swing it so fast. That ruby gives him extra strength. Let's see, is there anything else here? Very nice. Coleman 2724, and this is from the Ice Dragon one. Wait, if Bloodraven is supplying Jon with an ice dragon, and Mel thinks that Bloodraven is the other servant, and Jon is Azor Ahai, wouldn't he be playing both sides? I don't know who, if you're talking about Jon playing both sides, Bloodraven. I believe Bloodraven is playing both sides. Will Bloodraven supply Jon with an ice dragon? I think it's like this. When I think about these dragons, I think you really have to think about the dragon has 3 heads. You gotta think about it like, who is gonna flip? There always has to be, at least the way I see it, there has to be one person who is considered to be, let's say, quote unquote, good, but it has to flip and go the other way for whatever reason. So let's just say that Aegon, Jon, and Dany are the 3 dragon riders. I don't think they are, but let's just say they are. Who there is going to flip? Now, we know Jon's not going to flip. He has no desire to be king, never wants to. That's not Jon. Just like Eddard Stark. You don't want to be king. That's just not what they are. Dany is who she is, so she's not going to flip. Aegon could have flipped, but I don't believe he's going to be. So that's why I would have, if I had to really pick, gun to my head, 3 people to be on the dragons, I would say it's Jaime Lannister, Jon Snow, and Daenerys. Because I think Jaime Lannister is the only one who could flip and possibly use his dragon on one of them and kill them. And then, you know, you need someone to do that. If there's not going to be an ice dragon, then there has to be some dragon warfare. And the only way that's going to happen is if you need someone to do that. And I think it's got to be one of the heads of the dragon that does it. I don't think it's going to be Victorian Greyjoy riding on the dragon. I don't think that's going to happen. I think he will get control of it. I don't think he'll ever ride on it. Let's see. Chris Todd and says, Yo Tone Tef. This may be covered in another video, but I wanted to ask because I haven't heard it in any references. How do you feel about the theory Stannis ending up becoming some sort of Night King again? And Blue-Eyed King in the cast No Shadows and Dany's prophecy from the Wargs. Alright, so I just think that when people were saying that, it was more because no one knew about the Night King was real or he was really alive. The fact that they showed him in the show, I think that that should take that right away. There's no need for a new Night King when we have a Night King that's already out there. So that's what I would say to that. I think Stannis will fight them. I'll put that in the next video, but he definitely will fight them because Mel says she sees him fighting him. And when Mel gets things wrong, as I said before, she usually only gets things wrong when she doesn't know the person's face. She knows his face. She knows Stannis' face. And she says she sees him fighting off the White Walkers, and she sees him sitting on Iron Throne. So that's not debatable to me that those two things are going to happen. It's just how they're going to happen. Miguel 310. Never read the books, but does Sam let others know about killing the White Walkers with dragon glass? Other than Bran's group, of course. Does he tell people that? I think he does. I don't think it's too much of a secret that the dragon glass does kill him. I don't know if that's a big secret, but I think he does. And I'm not 100% sure, to tell you the truth, but I really do. I think he does. All right, John Lanouette. And this is for Varys' major plots. Varys. I believe Varys' royal bloodline is through the Blackfire line. Aegon is truly a Blackfire, not Rhaegar's son. And Varys' master plan is to seek the Blackfire on the Iron Throne. I agree 100%. I think Varys is a Blackfire. I think that's why he shaves his head. I think no doubt. I don't think he's a woman. I think he's a Blackfire. But that's why I said you have to really look at Bloodraven too, who was a Blackfire. You know, pretender too, just like them. And his course and why he's so anxious to get out of there all of a sudden. I think that's it, to take the hand of the king back. Demetrius Capus. I need a video on the faceless men and if or why Euron hired them to kill Balon. He did hire them to kill Balon. Balon is dead. And I seen that another YouTuber has put up a video on the faceless men. And hey, it is what it is. I think it's a good 7-minute just to tell you basics about them. But I will do it, and I will get more depth. It's already just it's probably 95% done. I probably could do it tonight if I really wanted to. I really just don't have the time because it's going to take 40 minutes unless I break it in 2 parts. Any other ones I can ask? What's happening with Dawn? That's for the other one. I have to wait for that one. Another Night's King one. Anything else? And they, a lot of people, I don't appreciate the hate. Ray Sullivan said, I don't appreciate the hate on Boston sports. Love the videos. Patriots, the real people's champ chair. Alright, this is the bottom line, man. I hate that fucking state when it comes to sports. See, I'm a New Yorker, man. Alright? And for me to sit here and act like I like them would be disrespectful to New York. Anyone who's a Boston fan or New England fan or anyone should feel the same way about the New York teams as I do about the Boston team. This is not the people in the state. We're all Americans. This just is dealing with sports. You know what I mean? When them people set off the bomb in the marathon, I would have been the first one down there to defend them people for Boston, American citizens, without a doubt. Whether they have a Red Sox hat or not. And it's not like I'm one of these fans that if I see someone with a Red Sox hat, I want to fight them. I don't want to fight. I love Red Sox fans. I need someone to laugh at. You know, they should love me. They need. I couldn't have what I have without them. So I need them there. I'm very respectful when if I lost. Listen, I'm a Jets fan, man. It's not like I'm used to winning. I know what it is. I haven't won since I've been born. You know what I mean? So come on, man. This is what it is. But I cheer for my teams. Just like I said, I expect anyone who's any Boston fan or Celtic fan to feel the same way. Ask Tom Brady how he feels about the Jets. I tell you, he hates the Jets more than any other team, and he should, because I hate him more than any other player, except for Reggie fucking Miller. Can't stand Reggie Miller. I hate Reggie Miller the most, I think, out of everybody. Someone said something else. about the Tower of Joy that I did see a while back that I wanted to comment on. I did not have a chance to. Let's see if I can find it. All right, here we go. Let me see. This is from DS Steimsel. I don't know how to say that, man. DCSTEIMLE. All right, and this was on the who is the Red Gods champion. He said, "Okay, this is how I understand the dream at Starcat. Rhaegar is in line after the Mad King. Rhaegar died on a trident. Mad King was killed by Jaime Lannister. Rhaegar's wife and known children are killed by the Mountain and Lannisters. So this would make Viserys next in line. In that case, it would be the Kingsguard responsibility to go to Dragonstone to protect Viserys, and it wouldn't be fleeing like Garland Tyrell said. And then I could be wrong, but I think it's Sir Dane that said they made an oath, and the oath was to protect the king of the king. The king and the kings who was going to be born in the tower. Why would they be protecting the tower if the king being born in the tower wasn't going to be there? Why did they say then or now when talking about fleeing, or just a thought? All right, I'll explain this if I can, because I think that, well, all right, so let's talk about that Tower of Joy real quick. So you're saying that Eddard had a dream. Rhaegar is next in line. Yes, Rhaegar is next in line. Then Rhaegar died at the Trident. All right. Now, when he died at the Trident, no one knew that Rhaegar's wife, that Aerys' wife is going to be killed, and that happened after the fact. So, first you have to understand it like this. Let me explain to you about this, because people got this Tower of Joy a little twisted, I think, and I'm going to try to break this down for you right now. The Tower of Joy. So, they're sitting there. Ned Stark and them come down. They see these dudes at the Tower of Joy, right? They're sitting there. They see him. So Rhaegar is there. The first question Ned Stark, if I'm right, I'm going on. He says, "Why weren't you at the Trident? I expect to see you at the Trident." And they said, "Woe to the usurper if we had been there." You right? But we did not go because we swore a vow. Right? So what's happening here is they're mad. They're upset that they were not at the Trident because they believe that if they were there, they could have swung the battle in the favor of the king. They were that confident. That's why they said, "Woe to the usurper if we had been." But we swore a vow. And the vow was, and I'm going to tell you what it most likely was. Obviously, no one knows. But it probably was they wanted to go with Rhaegar to the Trident. And he said, "No, you're not coming with me to the Trident. I need you here to protect my son, which is Jon. I need you here." And they said, no, we want to go. And he said, "Listen, I'm the prince. You are to follow what I say, and I want you here to protect my son, not on the Trident with me." And when they're there, they're upset about the fact that they were there and he got killed on the Trident. So, yes, you're right that when all these people die, Viserys is next in line. But at this time, when the King Guard was there at the tower, all these people were not killed. You know what I'm saying? So there's no need for them to follow them to follow the Queen and Viserys and Daenerys. No need. The next in line after Rhaegar is his son. Even if Rhaegar is killed, it's his son. It's not his brother. So they were there to protect his son, which is Jon Snow. And that I think that's the best way I could say it to you, but that's why. And they're upset. They're there. They don't want to be there. They wanted to be on the Trident fighting with them because they thought they could help him, but they swore a vow. And the vow was to protect the king's son. And they did protect the king's son. And the king and the king's son, the heir to the throne. And they were stuck there. And they didn't want to be. And that's that. That's where I see that question. Now, I know I had another question somewhere about this red wedding thing once again. And I mean the pink letter thing. And just like I said, I'm not really going to discuss it anymore. I think I've made my point. Hey, listen, I'm not going to keep arguing with people. You don't argue with drunk people. And you can't. I'm not here to change your mind. I'm just here telling you what I think. Whether you think it or not, it is what it is. But, I'm gonna tell you straight up, the Mance thing, it really doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. And I'm not saying it to be disrespectful to anyone. I just don't see it. It's impossible for him to have wrote that letter. Because as I said, if you look at it, the battle goes down. All right. There's no way for Mance to know what happened at the battle. There's no way to know. The only way Mance could have wrote that letter, right, and wrote it is to him for Ramsay to have really won the battle and sent a raven back to Winterfell saying, "Hey, I just defeated Stannis and I have his sword," right? But Reek wasn't here, blah blah wasn't here, and I'm still going after them like that, right? But we know that Reek and them were there with Stannis. So it's most likely that they would have gotten killed if that was the case. He would have captured them. So we know that Reek, he didn't win it. He didn't write this letter, Ramsay. So he didn't send the letter back to. There's no other way for man to know the outcome of the battle. The battle is telling you an outcome. This is what happened. I beat 7 days, 7 nights. Stannis was smashed. I beat him. I have his red sword. There's no way for man to know anything. Like he would have to guess. So we're just gonna guess, man, just wild guess. Oh, maybe Ramsay won and it took 7 days, and it just don't make no sense. Two, as I said before, at the time when this is going down, Jane is already gone. She's being kidnapped by Theon. They're chasing the Spearwives down. Mance is being hunted for too. When would he have the chance to really sit down, write this letter, find a quill and pen and paper, write this letter, then go find a raven, send this letter off while they're searching for the Spearwives and him? When does he have the opportunity to do it? He really doesn't. He's not the only one who uses crows. Melisandre uses the word crows too when referring to the Night's Watchman. So I just don't. Yeah, believe what you want. Just don't bother me with it no more. All right, I gotta get up out of here. 22 on this one. Just like I said, I'll be back later this week with something. I'm just busy right now. I'm trying to get a couple of things done. A lot going on, but thank you for all the new subscribers. Look, I got over 100,000 views. Crazy, crazy. You know, we think about this a couple of months ago when the Game of Thrones this season just started. I had about 100 subscribers. I was getting 40 views a video, if that. And now, a couple of months after it's over, we got 100,000 views. That's just amazing and a blessing in itself. And we have 1,500 subscribers, and we can keep it growing. So let's just keep this moving, people, and we're going to keep doing what we do. You know what I mean? So thank you for subscribing. Please tell your friends, and please tell your peoples the thumbs up stuff, and comment back. I try to answer as many as I can when I can. The best time I answer them is when I upload a new video and I'm on, then I try to go right through them. So when you see a new video, that's the best time to catch me, and that's when I'll do it. All right, so until then, it's the Don Chair, Tony Teflon, House Teflon, Teflon 316. And that means we pull the strings. Peace, the people's champ, and I'm out.